Hello there and welcome to Hinkle Fieldhouse for another episode of The Bark. I'm Matthew Hoffman.
And I'm Ryan Egger. Today we're going to take a look at Super Bowl 59, the upcoming NFL Combine, National Women in Sports Day, and a double dose of Butler basketball versus Georgetown. With the Eagles defeating the Chiefs and ending their chances at a three-peat, let's take a look at how things will unfold in the offseason for both teams. After bringing home the city's second Super Bowl victory, the Philadelphia Eagles are looking to be the new back-to-back team in the NFL. The question Eagles fans have now: what will the offseason look like? Thankfully for Philly, Jalen Hurts isn't going anywhere, along with A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and the Offensive Player of the Year, Saquon Barkley. On the defensive side, the Eagles have one of the best young defensive groups of players that is centered around 2023 first-round pick Jalen Carter. Going into the 2025 season, the Eagles' only hurdle is their coaching staff. Following the Super Bowl, the New Orleans Saints hired Eagles offensive coordinator Kellen Moore to be their new head coach. With Moore gone, and Philly having one of the best offenses in the league, they hope to fill that role as soon as possible.
For the Kansas City Chiefs, this offseason is a lot more important if they want to hold their title as the NFL's new dynasty. Going into the offseason, the Chiefs roster includes 28 free agents. The top signings include guard Trey Smith, linebacker Nick Bolton, and safety Justin Reed. While each of them want to remain in Kansas City, the Chiefs' salary cap will be the biggest issue. On the offense, Patrick Mahomes is still in his prime, with young weapons around him, like Xavier Worthy and Rashee Rice. Running backs may be a focus in this year's upcoming draft or in free agency, to better help Isaiah Pacheco as he comes back from injury with a broken fibula. Above all, the biggest unanswered question for the Chiefs this offseason is number 87. While Kelsey is taking this offseason to figure out if retirement is best for him, the Chiefs need to prepare for whatever decision is made. However the offseason turns out, Andy Reid and company will look to maintain the team's dynasty status.
With the 2025 NFL Combine just 2 weeks away, let's take a look at the schedule of events set to take place at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. In last year's Combine, we saw a new record set in a 40-yard dash, as Xavier Worthy posted a 4.21 second run. Some of the other Combine events include the broad jump, vertical jump, and the pro agility shuttle. In this year's draft class, two of the draftees attending the Combine that fans should look out for are Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. First, Hunter was a standout wide receiver and cornerback at the University of Colorado, winning the Heisman Trophy in his senior year. Here's what he had to say about the honor.
A moment, you see me delay, I didn't think it was real, I took my time, thanking God first before I got up and was thankful for anyone else, so it definitely felt great.
The next player fans should watch for is Hunter's Colorado teammate, Shedeur Sanders. He lit up the score sheet and got the attention of many NFL scouts throughout his senior year. Look for him to go high in the first round of the draft.
Next up, we have an inside look at the recent National Women and Girls in Sports Day from a few female athletes here at Butler University. Allie White and Daniel Miller report.
On February 5th, we celebrate an empowering day known as National Women and Girls in Sports Day. This is a day to recognize and uplift women and girls who have defied the odds, who made paths for future generations in the world of sports, who have made a name for themselves despite the narrative that people only want to watch men's sports, and who have made successful careers in male-dominated industries. Here at Butler University, it is an important celebration because of the abundance of game-changing female athletes who fight for change and acceptance in the world of sports. We talked with junior volleyball player Cora Taylor and senior soccer player Emma Martin about the importance of this day and what it means to them.
It highlights the achievements that females have made in sports and the progress that they have made throughout history. It also just raises awareness of females that are also in sports and all of their resources and dedication that they have given, and it just sets good role models for younger girls.
Clearly, this day does not only recognize their abilities on the court or on the field, it also celebrates personal development. Women and young girls being involved with sport teaches them so many life lessons and allows them to find their true selves. Martin explains how sports have influenced her to make an impact and become a leader.
Being a woman in sports, sports have really helped me develop into who I am as not only a leader, but wanting to make an impact on the world outside of sports.
Many female athletes recognize the difficult path that female athletes before them had to take. Women had to fight for their spots in the sports landscape and find their own spotlights. Taylor explains how much she appreciates these women.
It is very rewarding to be able to play a sport as a female with all of the history and everything that's gone into it, and the fight between genders and equality and everything that happened there. It's just I'm very lucky to be able to just play and not have anything go wrong and have to fight for what we're doing.
Women and girls in sports deserve their time to shine every day, so it is continuously important to support their game. With that being said, go watch a women's game today and enjoy it.
Thanks, guys. This week, the Butler women's basketball team is in the nation's capital, taking on the Georgetown Hoyas. Butler played exceptionally well, getting off to a hot start. They continued to dominate, beating the Hoya defense with great passing and a strong presence in the low post. Their scheme carved up the defense of Georgetown, allowing them to continue to get easy buckets inside. The Bulldogs also played great defense against the Hoyas, racking up 4 blocks and 7 steals on the night. Butler found themselves down by 2 at half, but the Dogs were determined to get back into the game. The real catalyst of the game was the 3-point shooting by the Dogs, most of which came from Riley McAleskey. It seemed shot after shot was falling for McAleskey and the Dogs, as she finished the night shooting 4 of 5 from downtown. And as a team, Butler shot an incredible 11 for 22. This shooting led the Dogs to take back the lead and hold off the Hoyas, 76-70. McAleskey's shooting gets her to 16 points on the day, tying her season high and making her one of our stars of the game today. She joins the scoring efforts of Sydney James and Kylan McGuff. Today, these 3 combined for 50 points on 18 for 29 shooting in a standout performance. This win makes it 2 in a row for the Dogs, hoping to make it 3 on Sunday at St. John's.
The Butler men's basketball team is set to take on the Georgetown Hoyas on February 15th at Hinkle Fieldhouse. Tip-off is scheduled for 3 o'clock. After a second conference victory in a row last week, Butler enters this game with a lot of enthusiasm, and their record is now 11-13, while 4-9 in conference play. Hinkle is a different location for any opponent to play because the Bulldogs have been strong as of late at home. Defense and 3-point shooting has been Butler's mainstays of success in the past couple games. While forward Jamil Telfort has been a force in the paint, point guard Finley Bizjack and forward Patrick McCaffrey have been lights out from beyond the arc, with Bizjack averaging 14.2 points per game over his last 5 games. The Bulldogs have responded to head coach Thad Matta's emphasis on defensive effort by limiting opponents to only 67 points per game in their 2-game win streak.
On the other side, Georgetown's success depends on their capacity to dominate the boards and generate effective backcourt scoring from Harvard transfer Malik Mack and guard Jaden Epps. Epps did not play in their first matchup versus Butler, but freshman standout and potential lottery pick Thomas Sorber has been leading the Hoyas in scoring and rebounding all year, and will be the difference maker if the Hoyas want to get a season sweep over Butler on Saturday, so keep an eye out for him. With Epps coming off the bench as of late, TCU transfer Micah Peavy has earned Big East honor roll this past week, averaging 24.5 points during their 2-game stand. For Butler to extend their win streak to 3, they'll need to focus on these 3 key areas: limiting turnovers, containing Sorber off the glass, and maintain 3-point shooting like they have been. If Georgetown wants to come into Hinkle Fieldhouse and steal a win, they will have to dominate the paint, get out in transition, and locate Butler's shooters.